Hello, welcome back to another episode of Billy Ho Sports. We are continuing Saratoga coverage this week. That is our destination. It is going to be our designated split the pot race, and we will draw that in this video. So you better stick around to see if you win a free $20 bet on yours truly, and we'll split that pot if we win the bet. So we're going to change things up a little bit. Instead of the late pick 5 hammer, we're going to try for the pick 4 banger. So races 9 through 12, that includes the 2 major stakes races we're in, comes together swimmingly. Give some final thoughts on the Alabama while we're at it. So you should hang on through the handicapping fun. If you're new to the channel, you're not familiar with the split the pot bet, check the description for details. The short version: must be a subscriber, must leave a comment, smash that like button, use the hashtag BHS to help promote Billy Ho Sports. That is greatly appreciated, and it really is. It helps grow the channel more than you know. So let's get in here. Give me a single play in the 4 races, 9 through 12. If you want to leave a comment there. And FYI, do check back on Saturday morning post scratch, because a lot of times these pick 4, pick 5, whatever tickets get mashed up when they start issuing the scratches. So I will post a pinned comment on the video with adjusted pick 4 tickets. So let's jump right into the action. Race number 9, the Skidmore, and we'll take a look at the contenders now. So this is stakes racing, so no Lasix allowed within 48 hours of the race. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the turf for the 2-year-olds. And we begin with number 1, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is the first-time starter for Wesley Ward. Ward is so good with the juveniles. He also good with the tough sprinters. It is a well-bred court for the grass. And that's enough of the Schwarzenegger. No one better navigating a race with a newbie like Johnny V. Sharp 5-furlong workout coming in 59 4/5 on July 14th. Pretty strong looking first-time starter. I normally don't get down on first-time starters, but when it's Wesley Ward and it's a 5.5 furlong turf sprint with 2-year-olds, that's Wesley Ward's wheelhouse. This one I will have interest in, and at least underneath. But this one, number 2, Sandal Song, is a potential single if you wanted to go there. Sandal Song, trained by George Weaver, won the debut Royal Palm Juvenile right here. Was a pretty strong performance, earned a 92 speed figure. Nice stalking trip, hit the stretch and cleared by a length and a half. And then they take a break, and then they head out to Ascot. They go to Royal Ascot for the Norfolk Group 2 big-time stakes race. That's going 5 furlongs, which is a straight dash over there. But really respectable third place. Only lost 3 lengths to Charles Darwin, and then Wise Approach just got him at the end. And Wise Approach actually went out and won next out for that. This one's a really, really strong contender versus this field. Definitely outclassing them. And George Weaver definitely exceptionally well at bringing horses back over from like Ascot and things of that nature. And because sometimes juveniles, if they don't travel well or whatever, but it was June 19th. It's been almost 2 months, so should be good to go. I read aboard even better, so you really got to have that one in your ticket. Now, number 3, post position 3 is Monster. And that's Jose D'Angelo, Luis Saez aboard. Ran with speed early in the juvie race down here. The first 2 were on dirt, so didn't fare so well. Lost by double digits in both, but did show some good early foot in the 101. But then just really jumps to the turf and just wins going away by 9. Sharp 4 furlong workout. D'Angelo, all good stats, 17 to 19% shipping, only 15% in the graded stakes, but is going to be making a jump in class. Obviously just got the maiden win at 70K back in May and coming off a layoff. So that one might be a borderline play, maybe just underneath. But I will tell you this, the sire Leinster was a very good, click on it, very good sire early on with the progeny. 2.21 sire production index, which is very good. Leinster was a multiple graded stakes winning turf sprinter. He won a bunch of graded stakes at Keeneland grade 2s, at Gulfstream grade 2s, ran in some grade 1s. So definitely good lineage there. And Louis Saez aboard doesn't hurt either. Solid jock in that, right? So positive results there for Monster. Then you have number 4, Tough Critic, who's another one from George Weaver, coming back over from Ascot. Did not fare well. Tried the Windsor Castle handicap and got beat by, or finished 11th, but really only beaten 5.5 lengths, but 11th place finish nonetheless. Manny Franco in a bit of a slump right now. So this one I'll probably have to take a pass on. Then Gypsy Art is the other Wesley Ward horse. And like I said, I do like to back Wesley Wards when they have first time starters, especially on turf sprints for juveniles. But this one, Frankie Dettori still in the slump, went back and looked. He's not winning very much like this. So if he beats me here, then I'll just have to accept it and move on. Same thing with Malice. Uh, I know it's a Todd Pletcher and Joel Rosario, but still hasn't tested the turf. Actually, was going to here and got pulled off the turf on one of them goofy days at Saratoga where they want to save the turf, and so they pulled it off the turf, and then he wins by 3, easy out front. So I still don't know if the Into Mischief colt would take to the grass yet, but I'll have to pay to see it because I'm not going there. Pletcher's really dirt to turf's not really super stellar for his barn. First on grass, 16%. That's below average for him, honestly. So let's go with Bobrovsky, and that's Dale Roman's barn. Another one that's, won by 10 links, missed by a nose at 5.5 on the dirt at Churchill Downs, then goes up to Saratoga and just waxes them by 10, going easy. So why are we going to the turf here? Breeding suggests it. Maybe that was the plan all along. But Dale Romans is the owner and trainer with Steve Berg. So I don't really know. I mean, he is 3 for 5, recently. So but just poor first on grass. I can't go there on with Dale as much as I like him as a person trainer. Spirit of New York, definitely. Adam Rice. I did some research. Obviously, Adam Rice is the nephew of Linda Rice, famed trainer at Saratoga. But Spirit of New York, impressive debut in the State Bred Maiden. Took some contact in the stretch, but kept a task, kicked clear to win by 3. Rice trains his horses at that pre-Q synthetic PID. You see PID here. That's that synthetic soft turf, and it breeds them to be faster and maybe just a little more fit, I guess, for the turf. It's translated very well for him. You can see 38% non-graded stakes. That's pretty solid for just 13 races. And maiden winner last race 22%. He's really just obviously just the apple falling, the big apple, I should say. Spirit of New York, shout out. Big apple not falling far from the tree there for the nephew. So that's your field. And I'm going to spread a little bit. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 8 in leg 1. And now we'll go to race number 10, and that's going to be your Alabama. And obviously, we covered this the other day before the post draw. So there was a few that, or one horse that got in that I didn't include, which was Kinsey Queen. We'll take a look at her, but we're going to start with Margie's Intention. Brad Cox takes over for Brendan Walsh back in March and wins the Black Eyed Susan first off, and then a closing third with a good rally, trailing a slow pace in the Delaware Oaks. So sharp workout coming in. This one's a definite contender to upset. Rail post winning, and then gets IRAD aboard riding the rail for Brad Cox. I'm going to include this one in the ticket to upset the apple cart here. And I'm also going to include Good Cheer because I think Good Cheer could bounce back in a big way here. And I talked about that the other day. The stout 48-2 work she just recently added. The connections said she'd added weight since the Acorn. I'm not showing me and a couple of fellow cappers on X. Shout out Siggy and Rayner there on X. We kind of bounce back and forth a little bit on this. I don't give her any excuses. If you want to say she lost weight and that was an excuse, but I just think she just flat didn't have it in the slop that day. The slop is very different from a wet, fast, sealed track on the Kentucky Oaks day. I think she just got behind Lacara, and Lacara just had things her own way, and there was no way that she was going to catch these horses. And I think maybe it was live to fight another day and then take a break because that was the fourth race in the form cycle. So now we come off a layoff and fresh, and Brad Cox ready, raring to go. The 1 and the 2, that could be a Brad Cox, actually a Brad Cox exacta incoming there. Now here's your Kinsey Queen, the 3-year-old filly by McKenzie, with 2 wins on the board, 7 times in 13 starts, third in the Delaware Oaks, third Black Eyed Susan. She's a mid-tier type runner. I'd use her underneath in exotics, but the other horse I'm going to use definitely is Nitrogen, just because she looks so good. She looks so good in the Wonder again. And I think I mentioned it was the Belmont Oaks, but that was not true. That was still a mile and an eighth, which she missed by a nose. But she won by 17, even though it was against 2 rivals. It was still a very, very impressive performance on that sloppy track. So they're going to give her a go here. She's Medaglia del Oro filly. Those horses flat grinded out. This is going a mile and a quarter. So I think she's got the chops. Mark Cassie trains, Jose Ortiz rides. Count that one. Queen Azteca will probably go underneath. She won the UAE Oaks. I talked about her the other day. Ran in the UAE Derby versus the boys. Ran runner-up in the Swedish Derby in open company as well for grade 1. And so she could be a definite use underneath, but I'll have to see it first. Just coming from Jägersro in Sweden right here, I'm not really sure. Even though it was technically a Group 1 race, the Svenski Derby. But anyway, I guess maybe it wasn't a Group 1 there. It went a mile and a half though, so she's definitely got some stamina in her. And then you have Lacara. And if you think LaCar can get out on the lead uncontested, she's going to win the race. Street Sensibility, deadly on the lead, hard to run her down. It's simple. I just don't think she's going to go 10 furlongs against these other horses that are coming in off layoffs and things of that nature, like Good Cheer and the lot. So I'm gonna use her in one of the pick five tickets, but for the first pick five ticket, I'm going 1, 2, 4. So okay, let's stop right there. We're going to draw for that split the pot winner. Rules are the same. If you follow me, I spin the wheel 3 times. The first name that comes up is obviously our $20 bet winner. And then I draw 2 more names. They are the alternate entries, which means they'll get in if the winner fails to contact me by, say, 2 p.m. Saturday. So if you are drawn as an alternate, don't hesitate to contact me and let me know, because last week nobody claimed the prize and we didn't have a split the pot bet. So let's get this thing going. DJ, spin that wheel. Okay, congratulations at Dwight Chafin's 940. You in the bet this week, so hopefully we can make up for missing out last time. And first alternate will be Robert Dennison, EU8OT. And then our second alternate is Christopher M8473. So just give us a holler at my email address to claim your prize, BILLYAH35 at yahoo.com. Or you can hit me up on X, formerly Twitter, at Billy Ho Sports. If you are on X, you ought to be following me anyway. So let's continue. Race number 11 is going to be a 1.16 miles on the inner turf. It is a $35,000 claimer into L. The purse is $50,000. And number one is the first in prime power here of assertiveness. That's Todd Pletcher, Luis Saez coming up. Pletcher is 30%, dropping him in for a tag on the first time claiming. Definitely not feeling this one. But the post position one, not a good winning percentage there. Does have Luis Saez aboard and you would think have the class edge here. But if we want to try to beat the chalk, we might not be going this one. Play the percentages possibly. We'll get to that in a minute. Number 2 is Dakota Country. That's Danny Gargan trained. Joel Rosario rides number 2 in prime power. And Gargan himself is a 27% trainer in the claiming ranks. Very good speed ratings in this one. Nice closing third by a half length, going 1.125 miles, and now cutting back to a shorter distance. Slightly shorter. Let me confirm. Yeah, 1.116 miles, cutting back slightly in distance. But won at this distance on the inner turf at Aqueduct before that. So good sign there for Dakota, and had a pretty good had a little bit of a traffic trouble in that last race navigating through, but Joel did a good job. Had to hesitate just long enough to get him beat. So should be in the mix. Clean trip this time. Now, the next couple, not too big on. You can see the prime power. When it's that big of a discrepancy, it just automatically throws me off. That's 35 points off the leader. Now, it was and the speed figures, obviously, there's not even one that cracks. I mean, 175 the entire way, and nothing but $12,000 and $25,000 claimers. That alone, I don't care if they're returning to the turf or not. The connections aren't there either. You can see the stack of poor dots there. So ready, set, twirl. Similarly, stack of poor this, poor that. Connections 4%, 7% Manny Franco's in a slump. So I'm passing on that one. That one as well. Now this one, Linda Rice Mogo, I'm not passing on. Getting the high percent jock switch to IRAD. Rice is 23% first after claim, but a big jump to when they drop, when they get a claim and then drop it. So this is a slight drop off the claim. So she claimed him for 40. And Linda Rice does take you should probably pay attention to that because she takes some heat sometimes about scooping up horses and then flipping them like this. I don't think that this is the same sort of thing, but it's similar to kind of her method of operation. So, but you could just see all the good things over here with IRAD and really ran a pretty good second place right here at Churchill in June. So, actually, that was on the slop. Now, I did go back and watch this right here. That was a really good race and ran an 82 speed figure, almost the highest on the list here, and won by a net going a mile, two-turn mile at Gulfstream. So that's where I got Mogo. Now, Magni, another one I'm kind of not going to get to. State bred most of the career, just finally took that many to break the maiden. One win in 9 starts. Mitchell Friedman, not big on. Dylan Davis. I like Dylan Davis as a jockey, but I don't think that's going to be a big enough bump to get this horse anywhere close. And then we got number 7, Landman Friday. That's Danny Gargan getting Kendrick Carmouche to ride this one, and he's solid enough. First time claiming 23. He's just got nothing but good stats when it comes to shipping, second off, and first claiming, all that kind of good stuff. Really good closing third here at Delaware on a track that was really probably plays a little slower than a firm Saratoga track and was still able to get up and split foes and get in there with Gomez aboard. Now a better jockey. So Landman Friday definitely in the mix for me as well. Blinkers off for middle market, but I don't think so. Little known trainer, beaten by a weaker, poor jockey. Christopher Elliott, apprentice jockey, struggling a little bit right now. Did claim from Klarovich, probably overpaid. So I don't think I'm going to go there on that one either. And then Sky Masterson, Jose Ortiz aboard, I don't think is going to be good enough to get this one going. So I'm probably going to pass on that one. And then the 10 Kid Creesa, similar, only one career win, poor trainer record, all that stuff. I'm not going to get there on Ricardo Santana either. So I'm going to go 2-5 in this leg, and I do believe that was. So I'm leaving out Landman Friday. And be sure to check back Saturday morning at post scratches because I may just make adjustments anyway. Because now that I've looked at this again, I might have a little interest in Landman Friday, but I don't currently have him on the card now. I have Mo Go, and then I have Dakota Country 2-5. Okay, let's finish things up with race number 12. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the outer melon turf. And like I said, I do tend to look at the prime power a lot of times. You can see the 130, 129, and then 124. This one's 112. That's way off. Did have a pretty good win right here last out, but that was an optional claiming for 50K. Uh, Not going to be interested in that one. Then not for hire. George Weaver lost by 6 versus the same company last July. Not sure I'm going to get there with that one either. Stormy Birthday, definitely not. 12th in prime power, 105. Speed figures just aren't there for me. Then the next one I really looked at was On the Ledge, and that is Bruce Brown and Christopher Elliott. I don't like Elliott on the grass. Trainer's just 1 for 63 under these conditions. So it's like 4 pass, 5 pass. Katie Davis, I'm not digging her on the turf either. Um, Barkley Tag, no thanks. Busting Away, no thanks. Kiber Koa, no thanks. Alan Turing, I considered this one a little bit, but ultimately passed on it. Blinkers off's not going to do any good. The speed figures just aren't there. Sharp workout, but no thanks. Manny Franco's in a slump. So number 8, Sir Cartwright, definitely going to use that one. Third off layoff. Second Lasix, 29% for Englehart. Irad Ortiz aboard, can't go wrong there. Showed significant regression to start the year. And then you could see they give them Lasix in it. And so sometimes horses don't kick in until second Lasix. So this is going to be second Lasix. So we'll see what happens. Definitely suggesting you will like the grass. I typically don't like when they don't perform very well and then they're trying grass for the first time, but I think this one could get there. with the right connections aboard. And I think the rest of them, Scaramanga, is just moving up in class. Poor dirt, poor record everywhere. So Finger Lakes horses coming over from Finger Lakes aren't up to the task. Number 10, Pay the Juice, though, and I don't mean OJ. Dylan Davis jumping back on for Shug McGahee. Last outing didn't have that late kick, but we're going 5.5 furlongs here. Both of these were going a mile and a 16th on the inner turf at two different tracks, but the inner turf at Saratoga chasing a very fast pace and did manage to get to fifth by 4 lengths. I think this one could be a winner right here. I might look to play that one in exotics, maybe as a key horse, but the rest of them are main track only, so I'm not going to cover those because main track onlys, if they do go, that means they pulled it off the track, and then we're going to have to be making major adjustments anyway. So check the pinned comment Saturday morning for the video, and that will be your adjustment after post scratches. Leg 4, I'm going 2, 8, and 10. So I got a couple of 50-cent pick 4 tickets, and I may even make adjustments regardless of scratches. But the first pick 4 ticket, I went to 1, 2, 3, 8 in leg 1. Then I went 1, 2, 4, 6 in leg 2. I know I'm spreading in the Alabama, but I feel like it could go to anybody. We don't know Good Cheer. We don't really know Nitrogen. And then you have Lacara. Will she get the lead and keep it? Or if Margie's intention is to win this race. So I think spreading 4 there is the safe play. Maybe Good Cheer just blows them out, and I should have singled it anyway, but it doesn't matter. And then we're going 2, 5 the next leg, and then we finish out with 2, 8, and 10. And that is a 50-cent ticket is going to be $48. Pretty cheap. This one's even cheaper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same 1, 2, 3, 8 leg 1, 1, 2, 4, 6 leg 2. Then I'm going to single the 5 in leg 3. And then I'm going to go 2, 8, 10 in leg 4. So like I said, that's your pick 4 covering the Alabama Stakes, the Skidmore, and split the pot winners. Reach out. Dwight, I know we've had it once before, so I'm sure you will be reaching out. Congratulations. You get another crack at it. So we're just now starting to get around where people are going to be starting to get another crack at it. And I'm sorry if you haven't had the chance yet. It's just a spin of the wheel. I don't do anything to try to take away from the integrity of that. So sub to the channel, smash that like button, use that hashtag BHS, leave that comment to get your name in the draw. It's just a few moments of your time. And be on the lookout for the Woodbine card coming soon. I still haven't seen the entries posted yet, but I'm sure they'll be out today. So tomorrow we'll take a crack at that pick 5 and the EP Taylor and whatnot. And so until then, see you soon.